drips down my face, but I'm chasing purple crystals in this dusty place. Lasers cutting clean, I'm in the mining zone. This moon is my stage and the rock's my throne. Through the craters, through the dunes, I pave my way. Every shot I harvest makes it worth the stay. My ship's in orbit, waiting for the score, but I'm not done digging, there's always room for more. I'm rocking in the rock, digging up the prize, underneath the yellow sky where the riches lie. Hater needs to go, and I'm all in, mining like a star on Aberdeen.
Greetings again. We're gonna give this a second try. I'm just getting my YouTube thumbnail and tags sorted here.
I'm rocking in the rock, digging up the prize, underneath the yellow sky where the riches lie. Hater needs the gold, and I'm
Okay.
all in, mining like a star.
Okay, let's get back to the game here. So we're gonna try the hotfix. I'm gonna verify files. And I did do a DNS flush before I started. Which is the same before this. Are we okay? So quiet? We're getting there. There we go. Okay. Oh, so take two after a fresh reboot. And cross our fingers that we can get in. So, like I said, I did do a DNS flush before I started up the game. You're being resurrected. Okay, Star Citizen, All-Star Citizen, let us get in. Ruby, we're going to the light. Where were you gone? While you were gone? If you told us there was ticks and skunks there. Oh, I'll go to hell then. Be a little bit warmer. Oh, son of a biscuit. So I still can't. I do best. Well, let's give it our best shot, pun intended.
Silent echoes haunt the night. Lonely stars are only light.
I think it was Uber, weren't you stuck in for like an extreme amount of time where you just couldn't get into the game? I believe it was. Okay, we're number 3 in queue. I don't know if I like that little loading thing sitting there, because I was doing that before. I checked my email, my character repair never got emailed, so... Okay, now we're down to position number 1. I'm not going to cross my fingers or my toes. Man, I was just jinxing me before. So, as how the night has progressed, I think I will probably do a makeup stream and probably shoot for somewhere between 11 and noon Central Standard Time in the US tomorrow. Probably about 3 hours, maybe 4 hours. Right, with a little bit longer stream, we can do some, hopefully be able to get in, do some rock mining. And then, as much as I don't want to, I'm probably going to test out the Mist Unfortunate. And P, in the meantime, you could create the THG org and watch the mass membership influx. So you guys really want me to do that? I'll have to look up how to start an org. Cue number 1. So this will be fun once it's all set up, right? Once it's one and done. I already got the Discord and stuff. And then we could do org events on like the weekends. Men, one of your favorite commercials of all time, a guy gets hit by a bus, then wakes up with a whole plate of chocolate chips cookies next to him, which he gobbles down, then looks around and says, wait, where am I? Then the got milk ad appears in flames. Ruby, you join you? Okay. So my task for the weekend will be starting up an org. And you know what? I already got the tinyhomegaming.com. And I've been tossing around getting that created up. And I think that would transfer to the org pretty well. Because I was going to start that up, put some of like my past streams, some of my tips, and then like the tips you guys share in there. And then also going to put my music as well. So Ruby, you gotta admit you don't have a tiny home? No worries, everybody's welcome. So if we go through my YouTube, I have a video. Well, I have videos of my tiny house as I built it, or not built it, but kind of throughout the years. The last one is my last final tour. That's when I finally got my house all trimmed out and got the ceilings done and stuff, and then I sold it. Just because the market was so good, I couldn't resist. Especially because everybody was looking for land out in the country, and nobody could find any pieces of acreage that was 5 acres or more for sale. So I did pretty well in the sale of my house. And then I put a pad and electric up at my parents' place because they're getting older. They're late 70s. So I'll help them out. And then I built a tiny house on wheels. And then after that, sold that flipped it basically. And then went through a tiny house manufacturer this time. I'm getting too old to build. When I was running wire and in the tiny house, it only took me maybe like 6 hours to run the wire. The next day my hands were like severely swollen. But I got the house built in a month and a half. And I moved into it about 2 weeks before Christmas. Then I had some interest in buying it, so I sold that, and yeah, decided to go through a manufacturer for my next tiny house and bought my lot, and yeah. Hey, Wolfie, thank you for the Prime subscription over on Twitch. Appreciate your support there, guy. Thank you so much. And we hit our 10 out of 10 goal for subscribers today. That's awesome. You guys rock. Men, you'll come to your org. Your current org has been getting pretty negative, and while I understand, I really do try to stay away from that. It's just too toxic. I can understand that. Ruby, it's cool to hear one of the northerners here. Most of the tiny home content you see is Aussie or where it's warm all the time. Yeah. Wolfie, you're very welcome. I appreciate that, guy. Looks like I'll be getting armor reforger here. Keep up the great work. Thanks, guy. If I was younger, I'd have a house and a very large pole building. And inside that pole building, I would design and build tiny houses. That would be awesome. I'd have so much fun doing that. I do a pretty good job. Looks like for you guys over on Twitch, there's an ad break coming up in about 12 seconds. So I'll see you guys right after that ad break. Meanwhile, we're going to sit here and chat, hang, and look at Star System not loading. Man, you'd always wanted a treehouse? Well, if you could pay for my airfare, could be a chance. You ever watched on TLC? They had like, I think it was TLC. Here's the DIY channel. They had like those epic treehouse builds. Excuse me. The one you built collapsed in a windstorm. I tend to overbuild stuff, which is not a bad thing. SC went to the light, y'all see. I told you it was evil. Maybe those were mansions, though, weren't they? They were pretty elaborate tree houses. You didn't expect the tree to sway so much as it did? Gotcha. I considered doing container home and never worked with metal. I've never, done the welding or torch or anything like that. Just out of my skill set. But I thought about double stacking them on top. Because when I was growing up in Brainerd, we'd rent a cabin up on Upper Roy Lake, just out of Nisswa. And we'd always, so the way it sits is we went through 3 different channels to get to Gull Lake. And there was always a container house that was 3 of them stacked vertically. And I always saw that. I'm like, that's so smart, so simple. MP always about doing a container house. Yeah, if I would have gone that route, I would have hired somebody out to just cut the holes for the windows and the door and stuff, and then built out my interior, wired up, and then spray foamed it because you need to have that barrier. And then just finish it off. Yeah, and upstairs would have been like a bedroom with an office. I probably would have staggered the containers a little bit. And that way I could have had a deck on one side and then a nice overhang on the front. Those are good if you like Dutch ovens or ice boxes. 2 hours as a rally car in. It was fun to stay in. Lots of room in the old trail cars. Yeah, I've always been a fan of small spaces. I think it's more so when I was down in the cities going to school at the Art Institute for graphics and animation. I could only afford like a studio apartment. And then lived off of ramen, rotisserie chickens, and mac and cheese, like everybody does, and mixed vegetables. And all the places I had were just studios because I was easily affordable. So I think I just got used to smaller, cozier spaces. Definitely would not have a termite problem, that is correct. Yeah, as long as you build them and you do the spray foam, you don't have to worry about any kind of a vapor barrier or moisture or anything like that. But you want to spray at least 3 inches. 3.5. And you don't have to worry if a tree falls on it, because those things are pretty much bulletproof for the most part. Yeah, a couple 8.5 by 40 foot containers. Welcome back for everybody from the ad break that had to watch the ads over on Twitch.
Deep space holds our greatest fear.
So
Drill
we're
bit whispers on the stone.
coming up on 3 hours here, not being able to get in the game. I was really hoping that the reboot would shake something loose. But like I said, you know, there's always gonna be those 2 nights where it's just gonna be unplayable. And I've been pretty fortunate for the past month and a half where I've never really run into this. I've run into this issue, but not as persistent, where I just could not get in no matter what. Men, your home in Phoenix was a 2-story, 2,100 square feet. It was nice, but too big. Yeah, I've noticed like people that have like really big homes, right? And there's nothing wrong with it. It's just not for me. This isn't a knock on them whatsoever. But I mean, as you get older, how many rooms do you actually use? You know, how many of those rooms do you actually spend all this extra money on furniture just to populate the room? I guess that's always been like my view, right? You're much happier here in Belarus. Your home is probably about 750 square feet. There's something to be said about a nice, smaller, cozier space. Definitely has different, closer as a family. Yeah, also on my Discord, I think I have, under the tiny home thing, I have my videos of the houses I've built and stuff. And as far as I know, Tennessee is the only state that's actually legalized tiny houses statewide. So there's still a lot more places that are closed-minded and think that, you know, a small tiny house is for people that don't have any money. I disagree. I think it's people that just want a simple life and have the extra money to go out and do stuff and adventures, right? Ruby Medic, tiny homes are illegal. In some places they are, because there's no codes for them. So a lot of places have a certain square footage you have to build for a house. And houses have to be on a foundation. So the developers lobbied to prevent me from getting in. Oh, Yellow Sands in Aberdeen. This is a good song. So I think we'll probably hang for another 13 minutes. It'll be 11 o'clock. Ruby, what do trailer park homes fall under? I think they fall underneath manufactured, I believe. MP, you like your big home? Gave my daughter and her husband an option for a place to live. Nice. Yeah, even where I'm at, they don't even allow ADUs, which are like, what are they? Alternative unit dwellings. So you can't have like a mother-in-law suite unless it's attached to the house. There are loopholes, yes. So you can do a tiny house on a foundation. Basically, you take the wheels off, brick it up, and take off the front hitch. I think I've seen people do. MP trailer park homes are under tornado landing strips. Oh, connection timeout. Timeout while connecting to a server. If the problem persists, please check your internet connection. My internet connection is fine. Your servers are crap. We'll give it one more shot. Because why not? But yeah, the state of Tennessee legalized them across the board. There might still be some restrictions in some counties, but if you go through a builder that's modular certified, you can pretty much put them wherever you want. Ruby Medic, do converted vans and such count as homes still? Sorry if these are offensive. No, they're not offensive whatsoever, guy. You're just ignorant? No, you're not. You're fine. You know, when I sold my house initially up in Saginaw, I looked at doing the van life, and I can't make this up. So I went to the local place here. It was a local RV place. It wasn't Bullion. It was a different company that took over Gander Mountain. And I went in, and I was looking for a Class B because I was looking at buying like a Ram Pro Master with the extended wheelbase and the flare sides, and building the van out and just doing the van life for maybe 3 to 5 years, check out the country and stuff, because I never really traveled much. So the price, because of COVID and the popularity of the vans, the brand new Ram Pro Master with all-wheel drive and stuff was going to cost me about $60,000, and typically before they were like at $30,000. So I'm like, okay. I went and looked at like a small class, Class B or Class C, and give me a second here. I got a cough. So I went and looked, found one that I liked, had enough space inside of it, and then proceeded to go through and upgrade the size of the storage tanks, the solar. So it came up to be like $13,000 or $14,000 of extras, and I went to go sign it or get a quote and everything, and they're like, well, how are you be paying? I'm like, I'll be paying cash. And the price of the RV was like 60 grand. And he came back with a price, and it was 70,000. I'm like, no, it says 60,000 right there. He's like, well, you're paying in cash. I'm like, yeah. And he's like, well, no, if you finance it, we can give you it for 60. And I'm like, you got to be effing kidding me. I'm like, the stupidest thing I've heard. Like, I'll give you cash. And they're like, nope, we make all of our money in financing. I'm like, really? So I talked to the manager, and they weren't budged. And I'm like, okay, I'll take my business elsewhere, and left. I thought it was so stupid, When in a point in society do we get to where cash is undervalued over financing? So that's my little rant. But yeah, the van life it's romantic, right? Romantic idea, new place. I mean, you see all the people on Instagram and YouTube and, oh, this is the best life. There's ups and downs. You know what I mean? You're constantly moving. You're trying to find a safe spot to sleep. RV campgrounds are very expensive. So there's always a trade, right? And yes, there are places you can go for free and stay. But, you always got to kind of be cognizant of the weather, too. Down south when it's wintertime, and up north when it's summertime. Men RVs or vehicles don't count as eminent domains. They fall under vehicle laws. Yep. Yeah, I'm always up to talk about, van life or anything like that. I was really leaning in towards it quite a bit. Men, you stop at a gas station in California and pump your gas. When you went to pay with cash, they tried refusing. Really? Isn't that ridiculous? I mean, to the point now where I really don't carry cash ever. I just have my cards on me, but typically I don't even bring my wallet because I just use Apple Pay for everything. It's secure, it's convenient, and having your driver's license on your phone, your insurance app on your phone and everything. It's just, don't even need to bring a wallet. anymore. Yeah, I wish cash was king. Doesn't seem like that nowadays as much. At least not my experience. Man, you told them cash was a legal tender, but they called the cops saying you were trying to steal gas. Good God. Some people's kids, right? The police told us the gas was free, so off you went. Epic, yeah. So I'm hoping this shard lock server thing isn't a 24-hour period. We're coming up, so about 6 more minutes, and I'm gonna call her a night, get some Z's, and I will be live streaming tomorrow between 10 and noon, and we'll do a 3 or 4 hour stream. If for some reason I'm still locked out, if you guys don't see me, I will post to my Discord underneath announcements, and I'll also throw that in their chat too. So, but fingers crossed this will remedy itself by the morning. Oh, and I got 2 Powerball tickets. So, the thing I always say, if I win the Powerball, I'm gonna build a barn dominium, and then inside the barn dominium is going to be a life-size replica of the Drake Vulture. And I'll have cameras all set up for my stream, and put the Drake Vulture on hydraulics and to get the extra sense of immersion. Can dream, right? Man, with all the CC skimmers out there, credit card skimmers out there, you want to use your cards where you trust. Yeah. There's always somebody trying to scam, make an extra buck. Well, Sally Cat, if you're watching this after, or Zara, after the stream, I envy you that you're in the PU currently. Javelins don't buy themselves. Okay, so we're at our probably, what, 50th loading screen of the night? It's been I'm not gonna say a rough night for stream, because I love the conversation, but it's been nice to get into do a little Star Citizen, but this looks like it's in the cards. Met if I win the lottery, you'll accept nothing less than a life-size moddable vulture on a movable rig. Absolutely. I already got the hydraulic thing. I think it's like $10,000 or $9,000 for the sim cockpit, but I'm talking like Hollywood production here. How epic would it be to what they use for Star Wars, where they have that Unreal Engine and then they have the 360-degree screen all around? I don't know about the working scrapers and tractor beam. That could be a fire hazard. I mean, I could always do fly up a subscriber or member up, put you guys up for a week and give you a panel to kind of hold while the vulture is actually scraping. Give you some fireproof clothing and a helmet. Wish you the best. Pretty sure OSHA would be on me. You can be the pilot to fly them in. Nice. So is that what you do, Ruby? You're a pilot? Full time, or is it on the side? I worked for a company up here that manufactures the seats covers and stuff. Basically, we got the frames from Cirrus and then assembled all the seats. And I did all the... You work in IT, but you're doing my ratings. Gotcha. And I used to... When I got to the company, they only had like a flat illustration of the seats to show the customers, which I was like, yeah, let's turn this up a notch. So I ended up doing some 3D modeling with my skill set, and I ended up doing like an interior of like the SR-22, all the different Cirrus planes. So then I could actually 3D model the seats with the piping and the embroidery, all that stuff, so the actual customer could actually see exactly what their interior would look like. So that was a game changer for him. Man, you'll have to wear one of those PC capture suits to go pull containers from the back, right? For a Cirrus, you expect more than 2D image. So I didn't work for Cirrus. I worked for a company that does all the seats for them. So Cirrus would give us the frames, and then the company would put the foam on there and then sew the covers and turn them into seats. But I knew my house sale was coming up once I decided to sell, so I put everything together on... it was all on the web. It was all built out, so people could just go there and just click what seat style they liked, their primary leather, if they wanted piping, the color of the piping, and yeah, all the little extras and stuff. So when I did that, I kind of put myself out of the job, but that was fine with me. I was because I sold my house and I was looking at moving down south. Just took me a little bit longer to get down there. So let's tilde quit. So probably don't say this enough, but you guys are amazing. Thank you for hanging this evening, for the subs and the hype train, for my first stream as being an affiliate over on Twitch. So like I said, the game plan for tomorrow, between 10 and noon Central Standard Time, as long as I can get back in the game, I will throw a stream up for a little bit. So if for some reason I cannot get in the game, I will post between 10 and noon on my Discord in the announcements, and I'll also post it in the SC chat for you guys. So fingers crossed I'm still not shard locked by tomorrow. So travel for the patience. Oh yeah, it's a nice chill channel. And since you guys brought up the org stuff, I will do some research on that this evening a little bit and look at it tomorrow. So like I said, I got the domain reserved, so do a little bit of work on my part getting it up and running, and then sure I can hand over to a few of you gentlemen or ladies to be some mods for me, if you guys would be interested in that, and I'm sure you would. So Ruby, you're a sucker for the Vision Jet, but you enjoy the rough feel of the Cessnas. Yeah, we did so before I jump off, we did obviously the Cirrus, but we also did a lot of aftermarket. So we did Cubs, Bonanzas, Cessnas, and all that good stuff. So here, I'll show. So I don't know if, I'm sure this won't flag me. It shouldn't. So that's a link to my portfolio site. It's old. It hasn't been updated for quite a while. But if you jump over there and check it out, I do have like some of the renderings and the interiors and stuff I did for Cirrus. Or for the company that is partnered with Cirrus. So yeah, man, it was a great night for considering, all considered. So love the chat. I mean, it's just been nonstop flowing, and appreciate you guys' supports. You want to mod us? Will you? Who do you think we are? The $6 million man or bionic woman? Yeah. So you're saying you want to be a mod? Okay, you're gonna be the first. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go let the dogs out and chill, look into some org stuff. Once again, thank you for all your time, and hopefully tomorrow between 10 and noon, like I said, I will jump on. If for some reason by 10 o'clock, if I can't get into the game, I will post on my announcements or my SC chat to let you guys, give you guys a heads up. So you guys are awesome. Have a fantastic night, and I will catch you guys tomorrow.
But we'll break free for Stanton's future, for unity. Stanton under siege will light the way. Through the darkness, we'll seize the day. With every scar, a tale of pride. Together we'll defend, side by